Even with all the help he can get from Oscar Piastri and the FIA, Lando Norris failed to bring it home as Max Verstappen delivered an all-time great performance at the São Paulo Grand Prix. But if you ask him, it was sheer luck that propelled the Dutchman to victory. Does he have a point? Let's hear him out right now. Lando Norris's whining about being behind Oscar Piastri at the start of the Interalgo sprint race made it clear that he and McLaren have agreed behind closed doors to prioritise his driver's title bid over intra-team battles. And after being pulled for almost the entire race by his teammate, who was clearly the faster McLaren driver, team orders put Norris on top right before the FIA waved a yellow flag on lap 21, putting a sudden end to Max Verstappen's hopes of adding points. McLaren's strategy may have worked then, but it was a different story on Sunday. Norris said that Verstappen drove well, but followed it up by saying the Dutchman got a bit lucky with how the race unfolded. The McLaren driver had pitted while chasing George Russell for the lead, only for a red flag shortly after to hand Verstappen, who hadn't yet pitted, the lead on the restart. Norris pointed to the rule allowing drivers a free tyre choice after a red flag restart, commenting that every driver has disagreed with it in the past. This time, Verstappen reaped the benefit, staying ahead without making a stop. Alpine teammates Ocon and Gasly also avoided pitting before the red flag, and that strategy paid off handsomely, with all three drivers securing podium finishes by race's end. Verstappen seized the lead from Ocon at turn 1 after a second safety car restart, triggered by a crash involving Carlos Sainz. Reflecting on the race, Norris acknowledged that the rule allowing a free tyre choice after a red flag put him at a disadvantage and played into his title rival's hands, ultimately giving Red Bull a timely boost. While talking to Sky F1, Norris said this about Verstappen's drive: "He drove well and he got a bit lucky. All of our position losses were just under the red flag with the free pit stop for the others. So it was unfortunate, nothing more. You know, George Russell has probably felt like he won the race today. I mean, he probably deserved to win the race today more than anyone else, but sometimes it's just unlucky and the rules go against you. I made a couple of mistakes. It cost me against George and it cost me against Charles Leclerc. But yeah, nothing more. I think it was a tough day. I did my best. I've had a lot of good races. It was about time that something didn't go right. Pitting was the right thing to do. We were just unlucky. So I don't care about the hindsight of things. That's luck. For them. Red Bull. Nothing more. You know, it's just they got lucky. A rule that no one agrees with. Probably them today, they're going to agree with it. But every driver has disagreed with it in the past. And today, it benefited them. It could have benefited us if we just stayed out, but that's a stupid thing to think of. Just a bit unlucky today. Nothing more. Of course, disappointing with the result and could have been better. But we'll keep pushing." Max Verstappen put on a wet weather masterclass at the São Paulo Grand Prix, surging from P17 on the grid to claim his first win since June and extend his championship lead over Lando Norris. Earlier frustrations didn't seem to dampen Verstappen's drive. He was left fuming after a chaotic, rain-delayed qualifying session on Sunday morning, where a crash from Lance Stroll and a red flag ended his Q2 run along with teammate Sergio Perez. Adding to the challenge, Verstappen started from P17 after a 5-place grid penalty for fitting a new internal combustion engine. But that setback only fueled a performance for the ages. A relentless Max Verstappen overcame the chaos of a rain-drenched São Paulo Grand Prix, storming from P17 to P11 on the very first lap, and eventually climbing to P2 behind Alpine's Esteban Ocon. By the time the race was red-flagged on lap 32 following a crash by Williams driver Franco Colapinto, a timely pause that granted Verstappen a free first pit stop. Ocon led the rolling restart, but Verstappen soon overtook him on lap 43 after another safety car period. From there, Verstappen powered ahead, opening up an astonishing 19.477-second lead over Ocon in the final 26 laps, delivering a wet weather performance destined for the history books. The win marked Verstappen's first since June's Spanish Grand Prix and dealt a huge blow to his title rival Lando Norris, who finished down in P6. With this result, Verstappen extended his championship lead to 62 points, setting himself up to potentially clinch the title at the next race in Las Vegas. "My emotions today have been a rollercoaster," said a delighted Verstappen afterwards. "You know, with qualifying being really unlucky with that red flag and starting P17, I knew that it was going to be a very tough race. But we stayed out of trouble, we made the right calls, we stayed calm, and we were fine. All of these things together, of course, made that result possible. I mean, unbelievable to win here from so far back. Of course, I was very frustrated with qualifying, but we tried to just use it as a good motivation in the race. Luckily, we had a great start, and from there onwards, we were just having a really good feeling in the car. We made all the right calls again, stayed calm, and executed when we needed to. So incredibly happy with today. Honestly, it's crazy. I never expected to go from 17 to 1. I was hoping for good points, but this is absolutely crazy. When asked if he felt he'd moved closer to securing his 4th title, heading into the final 3 races, Verstappen replied, "Now it's of course a great result, which if you look a few hours ago was definitely the other way around, looking like we were going to lose a lot of points. So I'm very happy, but still 3 tough races to go, so we just need to stay calm and make no mistakes." And of course, Max Verstappen couldn't resist taking a swipe at the British press after his thrilling Brazilian Grand Prix victory. While thanking everyone for showing up, he directed a jab at the British media, sparking a wave of laughter among the gathered reporters. To cap off a great day for him, the Dutchman asked, "I have a quick question here. I appreciate all of you being here, but I don't see any British press. They had to run to the airport or they don't know where the press conference is." Verstappen's jest followed closely on the heels of his father, Jos Verstappen, who also took time out of his day to mock the British media. Speaking with Sky Germany after his son's victory, the former F1 driver didn't hold back, saying, Max showed everyone today who the best is. I also believe that he was very motivated, certainly after the negative journalists from England and the negative comments from drivers. But he showed today why he is the best. I think that they get him out of a good mood, but he will only get better. I've known that for a long time, but I'm very proud of what he showed today. And I think the whole world has seen that he is the best. Team advisor Helmut Marko couldn't help but be proud of his favourite driver, especially since he was the only one who saw this win coming. He was from another planet. When he could drive in free air, he was flying around the track. He did some sensational overtaking. I said he would finish on the podium, but with such a demonstration, more was possible, and so he gave the right answer to what has been happening lately. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner shed light on Max Verstappen's value to the team following his São Paulo Grand Prix victory. When asked by Sky Sports F1 to put a figure on Verstappen's worth, Horner replied, "Max is invaluable. It's impossible to put a number on that. That was a champion's drive. There's some great drivers out there, but to stand out and shine like that today, that marks him out, I think, with some of the greats now. The way he's driven, and even when we've had a difficult car this year, he's never given up. He's gone about collecting the points. He's always trying to get maximum out of the car." Horner acknowledged that Verstappen's victory plays a crucial role in the drivers' title battle, and admitted he never expected the 27-year-old would earn such a memorable win. "It's a big day for the Drivers' Championship. I never expected to win that. I thought if we could get somewhere near the podium would be an amazing result. So for him to have gone out there and won that race, it was an outstanding drive. Absolutely, he was patient, he attacked when he needed to, and his restart, he came from so far back. Truly, an outstanding drive. An outstanding drive indeed. But is Lando Norris right? Is Max Verstappen's impressive win nothing more than luck? Or is the McLaren star just bitter about his dream of being champion fading away? Tell us what you think in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.